We're in here, Mrs. Lincoln. We're going to need you in a few moments. Well, about this note, what is this? It's all right. You can keep filming, keep rolling if you wish. I'm sorry that you're having problems with your sound and sequencing and other things, but if you want to keep filming or stop, either is fine with me. But don't expect me later to redub all this like some voiceover of a big movie star. For contrary to what you've heard, I'm a horrible actor. And movie stars aren't important to a Kennedy, pretty sure, but Dad, my father, still has some interest, some investments in one of the studios out there in Los Angeles. I can't remember which one. And it is true, as much as anyone I know, or perhaps more than anyone I know, I love movies. Television, TV, not too bad either. But I don't believe the former Vice President Dick Nixon shares that opinion. The Vice President and I had the joint honor of engaging in the first televised presidential debate in this nation's history. Unfortunately, the Vice President arrived at the first debate late and in a great hurry. When asked by the TV guys, guys like you, all of you, and your group here, when asked if either of us wanted makeup, well, of course, we both said no. It seems in all the rush, somehow the Vice President had lost his shaving razor. Well, I thought about offering him a chance to use mine, but quickly forgot about it. Above all other things, I've always been impressed with the intelligence of the Vice President, Mr. Nixon, that he may even be a brilliant man. It cannot be said as of yet. We were colleagues in the Senate, which he presided over as Vice President. I enjoyed and respected him in that time in public service. However, he does represent the burdens of his party, and he has always, true to form, possessed an overbearing impulse of partisanship, and unfortunately, the burdens and the bitterness of the campaign in which we struggled brought out the former Vice President's shall we say, the Nixon darker side. It was said that Dick Nixon once called me an economic ignoramus. But no, he called Lyndon an ignoramus. Lyndon says he called me an ignoramus, but no, he called Lyndon an ignoramus. He called me. He called me rash, imprudent, undisciplined, reckless, irresponsible, unsound, unwise, pipe, and all the rest, and then expected after that we should all return to the Senate and work with them again, as though the world had not changed. Indeed, I should say Mr. Nixon is also, as I am, still a young man. But it seems he cannot help but to allow his own bitterness to override perhaps his better hope, his better judgment. Oh, this, I should note, this collection is a bit of a busy work here. This is Ted Sorensen's doing. He's special counsel. My first choice was special counsel, my speechwriter, I know. Oh, Mrs. Lincoln, my secretary, Mrs. Lincoln, she calls Ted my ghost writer. Now, the fact that she calls him that frightens me for some reason or another. Yet, in any case, he's my first choice for special counsel, but here we are in June 1963. The first week in June, and he's got ideas and full-blown speeches here, already written all the way through November. What does he know that I don't? Around this time every year, when he gets into this campaign mode and thinking, and I have to say to him every once in a while, Ted, we won the election now. I'm president now. It's been more than 3 years. He just shrugs it off and says he likes to stay ahead of the game. And he's been asking me lately about reading through his first draft of a speech. I should present indeed. We think we'll need possibly sometime in November down in Dallas, Texas. Everybody knows we've got to cause some fires down there, and Lyndon's getting a bit edgy. Yet, Ted is so clever here. Besides the other new drafts, the rest of them are a collection of what are considered some of my best speeches and presentations and so forth. Indeed, it's a work that Ted and I produced together. Looking over them again, of course, I do like some of them in remembrance, if I may. The impact of this adventure upon the minds of men everywhere. It is time for us to take longer strides. Time for this nation to take a clearly leading role in space achievement. I therefore ask the Congress to provide the funds to meet the following national goals. First, I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth. Yes, returning him safely to the earth. I can usually find words for most, for many objectives. Yet one area where my work seems to favor me is with a great friend and supporter of my efforts, and of this administration, Dr. King, Martin Luther King. Now, we have our disagreements on how to achieve greater freedom for Negroes, for all, of course, and though I am saddened that we are not truly friends, that I do not understand him always in some areas of thought, but then I am uplifted to think, as I do believe that Bobby, my brother, does understand him. Fortunately, perhaps a bit better than I, indeed, better than me. And so our communication indeed continues, grows, and continues. And though I know that Dr. King understands the great adventure of exploration, he understands, but of course does not value our competition with the Soviets in space. And though he has not been very vocal against our efforts in space, he has questioned and expressed concern over funding and appropriations for space technology, believing they somehow minimize and override the funding and the objectives of the civil rights in his view.